Why? Los Angeles. And it is Wednesday, the 12th. 12th. With an F. Cool, huh? 12th. I like to say 4th, but it's not 4th. It's 4th. It's the 12th of February. AD 2025. I'm live on YouTube, I see. I ought to be live on the Rumble crew. What is up, Rumble crew? Can you see me? I see 8 viewers says they're waiting. Let me refresh. I will get to your calls, everybody. Oh, let me turn on my Punchy TV thing. So that we're kick on punchy.tv/Hake. Pardon me, I'm adjusting the mic. Punchy.tv/Hake. We're kicking it on, guys. We're kicking it on. I'm live on D Live. What's up, D Live crew? Nice to see you guys. I think. Misty, Beta Legs, all the faithful supporters over there. I should be live on other platforms like Facebook as well. And X. You know, I say X. I mean, I like X. I don't know if their live thing is really conducive to watching very nicely. But anyway, there's different places you can watch, just like on American Anchor Baby. On American Anchor Baby, you can watch on Rumble, and I do recommend it. Or on punchy.tv. FYI. Okay, and I'm wearing a nice, the watermelons. I don't even like watermelon, but I like the look of the watermelon, and I like the flavor of the watermelon juice drink thing with, what does it have? It might have some pineapple in it or something. It might have some, what is that stuff that makes it ginger? Oh my gosh. From that African gal. Shout out from church. Nice. Hake reports a big mess going on in the world. Okay, Prius electric vehicle type shirt, Hake. Yeah, I know. One of my friends and I, we were gonna get this for Joelle, but I kept it. Hake pandering. Oh, I got criticized for playing Shuby Taylor yesterday. I'm gonna talk about that because you guys don't know. I like Shuby Taylor. That lift every voice and sing song. Anyway, you know, there's various things going on in the news. Crazy stuff going on in the news. That pothead teacher who allegedly don't be taking pot to Russia. He's been stuck in Russia for like 4 years, I guess, since 2021. That's like 4 years ago. It's crazy. And but they did an exchange. Trump did an exchange. I didn't know that. They got Brittany Griner out like as soon as possible, but left these other men, white men, I guess, to rot. There's federal so-called workers protesting Elon Musk. Look at those shoes. You know what? Let me show you guys I might as well show you guys. Oh, did I update it though? I'm not sure whether I updated it or not. No, I did not. But maybe I updated the Hake News area. Yeah. Okay. There's a Hake News section that also has notes from the JLP show on thehakereport.com. So just FYI. This pothead teacher freed by Russia in an exchange despite he was sentenced to 14 years of hard labor for pot So I don't want to hear you guys complaining about being sentenced for a leaf in America. Well, just because one thing is worse doesn't mean the other thing is not bad. But anyway, cry more. Federal workers protesting Elon and Trump's cleanup, their cuts to the evil government. Watch out for the winter weather. It's crazy. They're like, NATO, EU, Trump and Pete Hegseth, help Ukraine more. But they're working on a peace deal for the Ukraine and Russia. Shout out. Those astronauts who are stuck in space, they maybe return mid-March, I don't know. Watch out for the canned tuna, very dangerous. The canned tuna, some of them are kind of open, and you could catch botulism, which can be deadly. You feel muscle weakness, blurry vision. You start to think, oh, I have this or that. It could be, oh, I have botulism. But no, it could be. Anyway, the snow moon is today. Any farmers in the chat? Shout out to the farmers. So yeah, in the mainstream media is talking about Ye's stunt, which I disavow, I guess. Anyway, Trump versus the judges. I love that Elon Musk wanted to impeach those evil judges. Elon Musk and Sam Altman, whose side are you on, or no side? Take no side. I don't know. But those are some news things that I found very interesting. And there's other stuff going on that I don't necessarily understand and stuff like that. But that's cool. You can call in 1-888-775-3773. I have a lot of super chats to get to. A lot of super chats to get to. Let me turn this volume down and get prepared. Shout out to you guys. I thank you for them. I was remiss because I missed Popcorn's Thump Keg. You guys love him. Some of you. And I do too. And I'm assuming it's a him, right? I'm assuming it's a him. And I missed his super chat. I just wasn't thinking when I saw it. I think I probably saw it too, but I just assumed that it was an old one that I'd already read. It's terrible. You got to give him a whole super chat, and I gave him his refund because he gave a whole nother super chat, and it's easy for me to refund. Lin Yan Chin, you got to jump on the coffee bandwagon. Buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report or buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. I forget what the issue is, if it's a technical issue or if it's just a stubborn preference issue. But LYC. Greggatron sometimes does it. Greggatron said, what? That's not what, I don't look like that. That black NFL ref with the glasses, that doesn't look nothing like me. We don't all look alike, Hake. So, it should be a pretty fun show. Oh, also plastic straws. There was a little straws poll. Like a straw poll, but it was straws. On the straws question. The ladies at theSkimm are like, well, is this really a government priority? Because the evil government made it a priority to get rid of the plastic straws. Trump is just fixing it. Calm down. He's doing a whole lot of stuff at once. Give me a break. So, anyway, guys, let's just get right on with the show. Oh, man. Hold on. The world. I hear that. Let's try this.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report.
Nice.
The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report.
So, how you guys doing? I'm fine. Isn't that nice? So nice. Shout out to the Mount Baldy. How you guys doing? I'm fine. Hake crying like a girl. Sweet. Sweet. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, I'm just gonna have to show you the I'm so stubborn about this. I want to do it right. I'm gonna fix my my thing over here, which is to say my my blog post over on my website so that we can follow along on my own website, because I don't like not having it there because it just doesn't seem right. You know? But the news today is that Elon Musk, well, the news that caught my attention today was that the greatest billionaire on the face of the earth that I know of, at least the greatest, richest man in the world right now, Elon Musk, suggests we impeach the judges for they're trying to block Trump, our greatest president, Trump. That's the Hake news today. And let me show you, I think I got that from the far left, I'm calling them far left, Morning Brew. Was it the Morning Brew? Oh no, I think it might have been the far left females at theSkimm. Are we facing a constitutional crisis? Ask the ladies at theSkimm. All of a sudden they want to pretend like they care about the Constitution. They never cared about the Constitution. They care about woman stuff. These phony concerns that women get in their pretty little heads. Sometimes arguably not that pretty. Man, oh man, oh man. Hold on. Is a constitutional crisis waiting in the wings? Ask the ladies at theSkimm. What's happening? And they show this picture of the beautiful congressional whatever building, I guess that is. One of those buildings in D.C. area. As federal courts block key parts of our greatest president Trump's agenda, say the far-left female ladies at theSkimm, and we use the term loosely, ladies, shout out. Some American administration officials are openly questioning judicial authority. What authority do they have? Allies. I don't like that word, but in this case it fits. Like Elon Musk calling for the impeachment of judges. Right on, man. Impeach these so-called judges. Vice President J.D. Vance, who is a pretty objective person, I think, sort of. If anything, he's kind of liberal. My opinion. Shout out. He wrote on X, judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power. Yeah, they're overstepping their bound, their so-called authority. They defy that defiance by the righteous defiance, they're calling it defiance, right? Has raised concerns about a constitutional crisis. The constitutional crisis, the Constitution is dead. They're bringing it back to life. Or they're trying to. And I respect them for their effort. They're making great effort and smart effort too, by the way, in some cases that I never thought of. Can-do attitude. That's Trump and that's Elon Musk. Brilliant. Out of the box. I don't like the word the box for out of the box thinking. You know that term, but that's what they have. They don't think like you, like normal, like typical, I mean, not normal. They're some of the most normal people. Normal as God made them, right? Trump and Elon Musk. Well, I don't know about Elon. Sort of, though. The things that he comes up with are genius, I say. Raise concerns about a constitutional crisis. Constitutional crisis. Constitutionally, the government's supposed to enforce the border laws. They don't. They let the borders go out of control. The illegals come over and take over and be so-called Americans and stuff like that. Shout out. Illegals. We love them. Constitution, the Congress is supposed to control the purse, right? But they don't. They surrendered it over, according to people who know, such as Eric Prince, a very knowledgeable man. The founder of Blackwater, which was attacked by Obama. They surrendered it over to the bureaucracies. Unwritten, unelected bureaucrats writing policies and it has the force of law. So ridiculous. So you don't care about the Constitution. Experts warn legal norms are being tested in real time. Norms means like what they've been doing, the insanity that the evil government has been doing. Tested in real time. The Un-American Bar Association, they call themselves the American Bar Association. That's liars. The world's largest voluntary lawyers group condemned these actions of the Trump these righteous actions of the Trump administration as wide-scale affronts to the rule of law, citing, for example, Trump's righteous orders on so-called birthright citizenship. That's perfect. Get out of here with your American Bar Association. His righteous dismantling of USAID, you know, that organization that's for international development, and mass firings of so-called DEI employees. What's an affront to the rule of law about that? You guys are lawyers, liars, and make me want to say stupid. And maybe even spit. What it means, historically, the court's been the strongest check on presidential power, especially when Congress is weak or sidelined. So far, Trump administration has not openly defied any legal rulings, but this sheer flood of legal challenges threatens to overwhelm the judicial system. The communists love overwhelming things, meaning some things could slip through the cracks. Cases could reach the so-called Supreme Court within weeks. Bigger question is whether the Supreme Court will curb Trump's power or help expand it. Trump's trying to reduce the power of the evil government against the people. Give me a break. And he's using his righteous power to do that. He's not trying to expand power. Well, he might be trying to expand his power to undermine their false power that they've been oppressing the people with, and look at another constitutional crisis thing. The Second Amendment. There is no respect for the Second Amendment. Remember I argued with Artie Art from Ohio like a year ago or so, saying you don't have a Second Amendment. You don't have that. They're just basically pretending. Everybody's pretending. There's some people who really believe in it, who are in the courts and in the government, but most people do not. And look at all of the violations of the Second Amendment that they have. Then they've been doing it for decades. Anyway, they don't even let felons have guns. Ridiculous. Ultimately, the constitutional system relies on voluntary respect for the rule of law. That's right. That's why I have an appreciation for blacks and for whites. Whites because they voluntarily like to cooperate. Trump himself, when he knows what they're doing is wrong, but the overwhelming power is against him, such as when he lost the presidential election in 2020, he acquiesced to it, even though he knew and felt in his heart that this was not right. but he acquiesced to it. That's how white is that? Right on to him. Whereas blacks, what I appreciated about blacks is they're so stubborn and they'll dig in and they don't care what this so-called law says. Give me a break. And I respect both things when done for what's right, of course. But you can learn from the people who are just shameless and doing wrong too. You know, these black politicians, shout out, but they just do not care about what the truth is. They'll just say anything. Shout out to the blacks. It's so-called Black History Month. It's a ridiculous, dumb thing, but right on. Related, domestic violence programs are worried they'll have their budgets cut. And that's from the far left, the 19th. The 19th is a reference to the 19th Amendment that ridiculously over 100 years ago let women vote. Pfft, women. Shout out. But you ladies don't know what's good for you. DV, domestic violence, which is usually an anti-man communist buzzword. They're worried they'll have their budgets cut. Yeah, good. Jesus said, do not worry, but they worry. It's horrible. So I love that Elon Musk is calling for the impeachment of these so-called judges. These guys are ready for a fight. They came ready for a righteous doing what's right in their, by these guys, I'm talking about Trump, Elon Musk, and whoever, and that one Jewish guy, one of my top 6 probably favorite Jew. What's that guy's name? You guys know. Stephen Miller, the bald guy. He's a little bit younger than me, but he is so solid. He got married during, I think, Trump's first term, but he didn't turn soft to my knowledge. He's still tough. So those and many other guys, I can't imagine that this is all just Trump himself. He has a team ready to go. They hit the ground. I'm throwing punches for the audio podcast listeners, as if I'm a wannabe Mike Tyson. And these guys are just, they're taking some knocks too, of course. I knew that they would take some knocks. I knew that they would be stopped in many ways. I knew the courts would try to get in the way. I knew that. Everybody knew that. I knew that the mainstream media would, I knew that they would not do the going from house to house and pulling out the illegals from their homes and sending them back by the millions every single day. I knew that. I didn't have any false expectations like some of you guys. He condemned white supremacists. He condemned me. Because there was a caller whom I used to have. He doesn't call anymore. It's been years. I don't even think he calls any of our shows anymore. He used to call Anchor Baby sometimes. And he's like, he voted for Hillary. And then a year later, he's offended that Trump condemned white nationalists. Give me a break. How effeminate, female-minded, pouty, immature can you be? What do you expect Trump to do? Please. Over the past 24 hours, according to the far left, whatever this outlet was, PBS, I think it was. I don't know. This is a supposedly legitimate news source. Oh, they're getting their information from AP. Officials ranging from billionaire Elon Musk, I like how they called him an official, to Vice President J.D. Vance have not only criticized a federal judge's decision early Saturday that blocked Musk's Department of Government Efficiency from accessing Treasury Department records, but have also attacked the supposed legitimacy, I put supposed in there, of judicial oversight, a fundamental pillar of American democracy. That's my sarcastic voice, but I know that it sounds like Yoda. You guys are like, oh, it sounds like, I don't know if it's Yoda or somebody else. But I'm mocking democracy. classified documents. Like they care. Give me a break. Which is based on the separation of powers. In other words, the only reason they're saying that is because it's an attempt to stop Trump. If a judge tried to tell a general how to conduct a military operation, posted Vance on X, hey, you proud of me? I didn't say tweeted. That would be illegal. If a judge tried to command an attorney general how to use her discretion, oh, don't remind me, J.D. Vance, you simp. Because we have a female so-called AG, because we couldn't get Matt Gaetz couldn't hack it, because they smeared Matt Gaetz. So we have Pam Bondi, barf. Don't say barf, kids. As a prosecutor, how to use her discretion as a prosecutor, that's also illegal. Judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power, he posted Sunday morning. Hours after Musk said overnight that the judge who ruled against him should be impeached, a corrupt judge protecting corruption. He needs to be impeached now, stated Musk, tasked by our greatest president, Donald J. Trump, with rooting out waste across the evil, the enemy of America called the federal government, largely enemies of America. Now, when I call people enemies of America, we've been knowing that. Oh, that's black, isn't it? Been knowing. I'm shaking my head. But it's true. We've known that. We've known that the government is the enemy of the people. JLP has been saying for 30 years probably, or 35 years, since he founded Bond. The less government in your life, the better off you are. It implies, blacks and everybody, that the government is not your friend. They are wolves in sheep's clothing, want to give you money in exchange for control over your life and stuff like that. Everybody, and when I say that, people are like, or when I hear people say, oh, such as the media is the enemy of the people, or the government is your enemy, people are like, oh, you're anti-government. We're anti-evil big government because people are evil. Let me read the chat. Cam said Elon's kid was rubbing boogies. Oh, I almost said the other word. Boogies everywhere. Is that true? Nice. I love it. I'm from the government and I'm here to help you, Elon. Use a condom. Sorry, kids, ladies. It's an ugly word, my opinion. I call it evil. Elise is like, condoms are evil? They stop diseases. Well, you know what else stops diseases? Abstinence. I say, get the disease if you're going to be that degenerate. I'm kidding. I don't agree with that. Boogies, I like boogies because boogies doesn't sound as rude as, don't say this word, kids. Maybe I shouldn't say it. Boogers. Yeah, so the government. Okay, so let me address the enemy is inside you and it's inside other people. Obviously, that is, and the solution to that is peace, not war. Or it's spiritual war. Trump is addressing the enemy of he's fixing it. He's sort of. Nice. So impeach evil judges. Because they are evil, right? Anyway, we're at half past the top of the hour, which means that we're at the bottom of the hour, okay? Top of the hour, little FYI, top of the hour is when the minute hand is pointing up on an analog clock. I know these things are hard to read. I can barely read them. And then the minute hand goes down to the bottom and points at the 6 6 times 5 is 30. That means it's 30 minutes past the hour, 60 minutes in an hour, right? So we're at the bottom of the hour because it's pointing down at the bottom. People on the radio talk like we're supposed, we the plebs are supposed to know this without them explaining it to us. So I just explained it to you guys so that you guys know. Let me get to Jeff in Louisiana, I think. Jeff, thank you for calling and holding, man. You're live.
Hey, man, I just want to ask you a quick question. Just based on a comment I was just trying to show on some comments you made about Pam Bondi, your barf. I want to know, do you know anything about the people Trump appointed?
I know a little bit.
Did you watch any confirmation hearings?
No.
Have you heard her speak?
Have I heard Pam Bondi speak? Not much.
Yes.
No.
Dude, she just, in her confirmation hearing, she just told everybody to ask her questions. They try to cut her off, and they asked her questions about her policies, Trump's policies, and what he's pushing and what she's going to do. They try to cut her off, and she just stopped her in the middle of the sentence. So, no, y'all asked me a question, I want to answer the question. She did the same thing when they talked about Tom Homan come out the other day about the FBI whistleblowers tipping off people about the ice raids.
Yeah.
And she came on TV and she said, we're going to find them. Everybody in there is going to jail. So we're going to put them in jail.
Right.
So dude, I don't know I don't know if you're trying to joke or what when you say bar because she's a woman.
Right.
But you ought to watch about what they say and how they come off before you make comments on them.
But I don't care about how good she sounds. My point in barfing is that it's kissing up to women. And, when J.D. Vance referred to Attorney General her, I'm like, oh, Lord, don't remind me. It's a woman Attorney General. Don't you agree it should have been Matt Gaetz?
Trump knew Matt Gaetz wouldn't get in. The reason he nominated him first, he knew to push her through. Just because look how much trouble he's having getting all his appointments through.
Right.
He had her. She was her first plan, to be honest, because he knew Matt Gaetz wasn't going to get it because of his history.
His supposed history, the slander against him, I say. But anyway, but you didn't answer my question whether you agree with me that it should have been Matt Gaetz. I know in the real world that he wasn't going to get in. But do you agree with me that Matt Gaetz would have been better?
I can't agree. I haven't heard him talk. I haven't heard him speak. I haven't seen him do no work. I can't agree on that.
So do you agree? Do you agree with me that women shouldn't be in these positions, regardless of? I get what you said, but she was very capable in answering the questions. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't agree with that because I don't agree. You're just like Jesse. Women don't need to be nowhere but in the kitchen and popping out babies. That's all you think.
It's not what I said.
But
okay. Okay. That's a simplification of my position. I accept it.
Yeah.
So you don't agree with that? You don't agree that these? Look at how worn out she looks. Shout out. Anyway. Okay, I accept it. So basically, you're pro women taking over.
No, I'm not pro women. No, you're putting words in my mouth.
Yeah, you're putting words in my mouth. I'm just, but you're okay with these women taking over in these positions?
No, she was appointed. She was nominated. She sounds intelligent. And she's doing a good job. I wasn't okay with Kamala Harris. I wasn't okay with Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Because they got far left ideas, and they're.
Oh, man.
I'm not okay with a lot of people.
Right.
I hated Janet Reno when Clinton put her in. She was more of a man than Clinton was.
Oh yeah, I know. Janet Reno, I think, was the first female attorney general or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, she was.
Under Clinton.
Well, yeah, she's under Clinton now. I said she was more man than Clinton did. But I mean, it's just I mean, there's just lots of people he's putting in. I mean, her and Tom Homan and Cash Patel, our FBI and government will be remade.
I mean, I'll tell you this. I'll give you this. Trump's pick of women is a better pick of women than Obama's pick of women or Bill Clinton's pick of women. I can agree with you on that, but I don't agree with Trump on picking these women. He may know something I don't. The good thing is I know that the attorney general is not supposed to answer to the president, but she's kind of serving at the pleasure of the president, right? So in that sense, she's still under a man. But
I got one quick question for you on this, real quick. Just answer this honestly. Okay, now you've seen where our government's gotten. And Trump's trying to straighten out. He's canceling all DI policy, all that crap.
right.
But just say this is a DI hire. Which was better? Kamala Harris as VP as a DI hire, or her as Attorney General as a DI hire?
Kamala Harris is worse, or Pam Bondi is less worse, obviously. But Bill Clinton said, I think, or somebody said that America's first woman president is going to be a conservative. And if you think about that, I think it's true because the woman has to be more manly. Conservatives are more manly, and you know what I mean?
I can kind of agree with you on that a little bit. Think about this. In this election, who was on the wrong Democrat side? Tulsi Gabbard. Where's Tulsi Gabbard now? She's on Trump's nomination as a conservative for Homeland Security or something, or insecurity.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But she's moving more conservative side. And they interviewed Trump the other day, and they asked him if he thought J.D. Vance would be the nominee in 2028, and Trump said not yet.
Do you notice that that they are? Never mind Trump. Trump has always been kind of pro-woman, but the wolves in sheep's clothing, conservatives and liberals, they celebrate and they act like it's this great thing that they're putting women, that they're appointing and confirming women to these different positions. Like that's some good thing to celebrate.
Man, it's the same. I tell you, it's the same. I'm not trying to change the topic. I'm agreeing with you on this subject. But the same thing as last night. I don't know if you know. I ain't gonna say his whole name, but I said his last name Whitlock. He's a sports journalist,
right?
And he has a show on YouTube, and I watch his sports. But he's a black guy, and he's a 56-year-old black guy. And like he was saying last night, when they won a Super Bowl, there's two black quarterbacks in it. Jalen Hurts won it, and it's always he's the fourth black quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When is this stuff run out?
Right.
You didn't hear about the second moon landing. You didn't hear about the second time a space shuttle went around Earth or nothing. You don't hear about the second open heart surgery. You don't hear about, it's like, at what point do we quit recognizing the second?
Good question.
The first time is enough.
Yeah. The first time is honestly a bit too much because it's encouraging people to identify with their blackiality, which is dumb.
It's like Kamala Harris. It was, she can't be the first black president. She'd be the first half Asian president. She'd be the first woman president.
Yeah.
It's like at a point you're reaching, it's like you said last night. I'm using sports analogy again, but like I said last night, black people are 12% of the population. There have been 4 black quarterbacks win Super Bowl. That makes 11% of Super Bowls have been won by a black quarterback.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty fair?
It sounds kind of like sounds fine to me.
I mean, they're above average if they're only 12. If the whole population of black people is only 12%, they ain't all men. Which brings me on one more thing. I'll let you go for this. I just want to run this across you. So some of your callers, I know, like, I ain't gonna miss my name, and I some have an opinion on this. How do black people feel are the ones that scream African American, not black African American? How do they feel if I refer to Elon Musk as African American?
I wonder if they would. Yeah, it is a weird thing. It makes more sense to call him African American, or that caller. No, that caller was Caribbean. on the JLP show, Wayne from Texas, who's a pilot, is so-called African American because they're actually from Africa. Like they were born and raised in or from one of those African countries.
Yeah, but my point is they're not black; they're African American.
Yeah.
The richest man in the world, worth $400 billion, is white and from Africa.
Uh-huh.
So is he African American?
I say yes, although it just sounds weird. I just call him a real American hero and South African. Because that's more, that's clearer. It's clearer about what he really is.
Yeah, man, but I'm just being tongue in cheek here because it's
right.
It's always African American. Not, there ain't a black check mark on a form as African American.
Right. Yeah.
There's never, you're never Irish, Scottish, English, or whatever American. You're American. You're white. You're not American. You're white.
Yeah, I know, huh?
That's all you think. I mean, you don't need to break it down. But anyway, man, that's all I got for today. I'll let you guys get to their callers.
Sounds good, man. Take care. Jeff in Louisiana. I'm groaning because of plans in my head. I'm groaning at the thoughts in my head. It's terrible. I want to read the chat a little bit, guys. You could call it super chats, but it's not actually super chats. Lisa, our resident health expert, is here. Shout out. Seems to be only male judges blocking Trump. Keyword male, not man. Not manly judges, Lisa says. Shout out. Thank you, Lisa. Wow. Yeah, so-called men are a mess nowadays. Gates has too many mishaps. Catches up to you. Your past catches up to you in public service, especially if they can cast it in a way that's maybe dishonest. Because that's how they cast different things that Trump supposedly has done. They cast it in such a dishonest light. Every American should be thanking Elon for uncovering and revealing the shady government spending. See, I'm reading the words of a woman, and I agree with her. Pam Bondi is doing what the previous man didn't. LOL. Scrunched eyes, tongue sticking out emoji. Not manly, just tougher than liberal women for sure. Yeah, when I say manly, it's not. You don't really want to be called manly, I guess, as a woman. But there are women who take care of the farm, or they're working the farm, doing the chores and doing the stuff that they're supposed to do, and taking care of business with no attitude and right on. Trump's picks are getting the job done so far. Facts and truth. Nice. But it's also kind of true that Pam Bondi, I mean, she looked like, my eyes are not looking right now, right? Her eyes are looking, she's older than me, right? But looking a little rough for wear, and then she has lipstick on top. I mean, not lipstick, makeup on top of it. And it's just, a little bit. Shout out. I don't know. I don't want to be mean. Terry says, I do feel kind of manly when talking to a male Democrat, NGL, not gonna lie. Yeah. Because you're just being matter of fact. Don't you love it when a person, man, meaning mankind, is matter of fact? It's like refreshing. Her hair is too straight, says Kurt. There's a reptile behind that skin suit. I am so remiss in my duties to read the super chats that I'm going to get to them over on buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. I wish I knew how to read and see. Here's hoping. Cross your fingers, guys. Look, it's highlighting the whole thing when I'm trying to pinch and zoom. Look at that. Look at that. Let me just zoom in like this. Oh, Lordy. Okay, so Popcorn's Thump Keg. To answer your question about whether or not I believe the Great White Hope, GWH, was targeted, this is what he thinks is an answer to the question. I have no evidence to suggest that he was. Neither have I, except that you point to like all of their insane hatred and lies and smears and overreacting to good things that he's done. I have no evidence to suggest that he was targeted, but I can tell you that according to what I've read, over 9,000 people have been charged with falsifying business records in New York over the past 10 years. And so he did not answer the question whether he believes that the Great White Hope was targeted. What he gives to me suggests that he doesn't maybe believe that. He's pretending to go by the facts. one of those just the facts things. Let me get my snake puppet out. I should get my snake puppet out for you, man. According to what I've read, 9,000 people have been charged over the past 10 years. Am I wrong for doing you like that? Is that black to say doing you like that? Popcorn? Okay. But he did not answer. That is a non-responsive response. You're giving me a fact that doesn't tell me anything because I don't know if that's a lot or a little or what. 10 years, 9,000 people. That doesn't really mean anything to me. It has nothing to do with what Trump did or didn't do. And it's obvious he was targeted. Is he playing dumb or is he just really can't see? I think I will go with if you're playing dumb, then you also can't see. Honestly, you know, sometimes blacks, I don't think this is the case with him necessarily, but sometimes blacks and just evil human nature will pretend not to know what you're talking about to frustrate you, to try to frustrate you. And it works on people like my friend, my other co-host, this guy. Remember this guy? He's on the phone. He's on his phone right here. You let your co-host say that Trump is a rapist, and that's not true. I encourage all whites to turn off Hake report when he has his co-host on. Getting triggered over blacks being stubborn and ignoring the reality of the situation and trying to frustrate you, and you fell for it. You fall for the frustration. And I understand it. I can sympathize. They say when you want to make a conservative mad, lie to him, and he knows that you're lying to him. When you want to make a liberal mad, tell him the truth. Trump told the truth, liberals mad. So I get it, but you can't be ridiculous. You're ridiculous, man. He hasn't called in a while. If you guys know who I'm talking about. Shout out. But anyway, I think that Popcorn's really just sincerely blind on that. The whole targeted argument seems like, well, white people get away with it rhetoric. Like, what do you mean? Like, white people are supposed to get away with it? Is that what you mean? Interesting idea. One of my other co-hosts, the Snake, who used to call in, believes that I just don't like Obama because he's black. When nothing about, you could say in a manner of speaking, if by black, you mean like black-hearted, into the black thing, pushing the lie of racism, lying, pushing for abortion, pushing for socialized, which is evil, making everybody else pay for other people's health care and just the government takeover, big government, then yeah, I don't like him because he's black, because that's what being black means in your mind, in your dark mind, yes. But a lot of blacks think that they can read whites' minds, like they have this sixth sense of racism or something like that, when in reality they're projecting their own shallow mindset onto the whites. On the topic of riots and protests, says Popcorn. You like that I got my puppets out? Do you believe... Should I keep this puppet out? Will he mind? I don't know. Do you believe that... Oh, yeah, I asked. Oh, man. Scrolling the wrong computer. Do you believe that looters... See, I'm such a boomer with this scroll thing. Let me scroll here. Do you believe that rioters and looters who trespass or destroy property should be shot? Let your yes be yes and your no, no. No, I don't believe so. You mentioned BLM in connection with Ashley Babbitt. It's ASHLI, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But I think you might have spelled Babbitt correctly, two B's and two T's, I think, or three B's, actually. I think. Anyway, yeah, because I'm like, I wouldn't mind Ashley Babbitt getting shot, having gotten shot like that, had they been doing that all along. Because then you know what to expect. And also, they shouldn't have let the riots get so out of control. I don't know if I agree with the tactic of shooting them anyway. But anyway, he says, what does what happens with BLM protesters sway your answer to my question? Why does what happens with BLM protesters sway your answer to my question? You either believe rioters and looters should be shot by police, or you don't. Don't get into comparisons, right? He tries to ask. He's trying to... I think he thinks that I have like a double standard, blah, blah, blah. You politely chided Ronnie for getting into comparing what one group gets versus another. But here it comes across like you're saying that you might possibly, maybe, potentially could have stomached this one woman being shot if police were in a whole other state had shot down a bunch of BLM folks. I can actually stomach what happened to her, honestly. She brought it on herself. I think he was probably wrong in doing it. It was definitely questionable what he did. And he got off easy. But I'm not for any threats against his life or anything like that. I just know that the government is against the conservatives, against the whites, against Trump, and therefore Black Lives Matter, Antifa, communism, destroying the country, illegals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I know therefore the evil people who did far worse than the January 6ers, and they're against the January 6ers. Oh, dang. Don't read that word, kids. I said, oh, blip. I didn't see that. Your opinion on what laws, right or wrong, should not be swayed by the enforcement. Of course it should be swayed by the enforcement, because the enforcement is what actually matters. The laws are illegals can't come into the country, but the enforcement is they can come into the country and stay and have babies, and they call them Americans. Unless you're for equal law enforcement rules in every state, there's that word equal. Where's my spittoon? 2. I'm talking about consistency. If you're consistently shooting protesters, then protesters know that they shouldn't breach anything unless they want to get shot. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Lastly, the Shuby Taylor... Ignore that word, kids. Sorry. Don't read that word. I'm highlighting it. Lastly, the Shuby Taylor song... Oh, let me do this. I know what to do. Is a lame racist attempt. Racist troll attempt. This is how I know that Popcorn cannot see. Because I think that he really believes, let me point to the correct thing, that. You really think that the Shuby Taylor song was a lame racist troll attempt? Did you forget that you played it before? No, I didn't forget. I know that I played it before. But it was so nice, I played it twice. I love Shuby Taylor's stuff. Or at least the 2 songs that I have. I got them from Absolutely Kosher Records. Let everything that hath breath praise the Lord. Praise ye the Lord. Blacks, let's not something, something, something. Shuby Taylor. The end. Shuby Taylor. I love Shuby Taylor. Why are you acting like it's supposed to... But he's so blind, he thinks that it's a racist troll attempt. A lame racist troll attempt. I love that song. A lot of you guys don't. I get it. But I do not play any songs that I don't at least somewhat like. Like your music, gospel is not my thing, where they just repeat the same thing. Separate the right from the wrong. But it's a little bit catchy, so I'm like, I'll play it. He gives a lot of, support by way of the Buy Me a Coffees. But I love Shuby Taylor, so you're way off on that. And that's how I know that you're in your head. And I definitely understand it. Sometimes I get in my head about what you think, what other people think, based on stuff that you say, and I jump to conclusion that I don't actually know. It might seem like a logical conclusion, but it's not. Because people say stuff, like my former de facto producer said, people say stuff, okay? They're just talking, and they don't even mean it the way that, especially not the way that you take it. Like my girlfriend if I had one, or my ex-girlfriend if I had one, or my wife if I had one. She'll say all kinds of, she'll just say the craziest stuff. And she didn't mean a word of it. She didn't even mean it at all. She just wanted to hurt somebody or something. So it was, oh my gosh, just words. So, and yet she did mean it. Or, there is a manner of speaking in which there was some truth in it or something. So anyway, the intellectual mind, I love this quote from a wise man I heard. The intellectual mind, what am I doing trying to pinch and zoom? There we go. That was so satisfying when it did it for a second. Accepts and rejects stuff. Accepts and rejects information and things. Whereas in an intelligent mind, neither accepts nor rejects. FYI. Let's see what I can do. Yeah! Oh, yeah. All right. Nice. I feel all worn out from spending so much time on that super chat that I'm going to have to move on from these super chats. Oh, man. I already read that one anyway. I did all that work and to zoom in and stuff like that, and I'd already read that one. Blah, blah, blah. A shout out. Thank you. Not a Victim gave me 6 coffees yesterday. So I guess we'll leave off here. And I'll read the rest of your super chats later, guys. We're approaching the top of the hour. I want to turn on the fan and take a quick break. So, you know what? Let me go over. What did I do? Lord have mercy. Shall I do another Jake Husdon song? This one is kind of nice. Maybe.
She's got a voice that cuts through the noise, speaking truth to all us boys and girls.
Be right back.
With a steady tone and a heart that's bold. He's lighting up the world. He stands for something strong and right, guided by a little bit of faith and might. In a world so dark, he brings the fight with honesty and light. I believe in James Hake through every storm, every quake. When the world feels so off track, he's the voice that's bringing it back. I believe in what he stands, with courage in his steady hands. In this crazy world, for heaven's sake, I believe in James Hake. He speaks for the lost, the quiet, the weak, giving a voice to those who can't speak. Standing tall when it's hard to be true, holding his ground like he's meant to do. Through highs and lows, he's still the same. Never swayed by fortune or fame. Just a man with a cause, a vision clear, unshaken by doubt, unshaken by fear. I believe in James Hake. Through every storm, every quake, when the world feels so off track, he's the voice that's bringing it back. I believe in what he stands, with courage in his steady hands. In this crazy world, for heaven's sake, I believe in James Hake.
Isn't that nice?
When times get tough and the road feels long, he's there with strength, he's there with song.
Wow.
With every word, every truth he speaks, he's lighting the path for all who seek.
Man.
I believe in James Hake. Through every storm, every quake,
Man.
when the world feels so off track, he's the voice that's bringing it back. I believe in what he stands.
Wow.
With courage in his steady hands.
This has more, AI has more soul than Hake's Christian music.
I believe in James Hake.
Wow. Very moving.
I believe in James Hake. He's the light when the world feels fake. Through the noise, through the fight.
When the world feels
He's
fake.
a beacon in the night.
Wow.
I believe. Yeah, I believe in James Hake.
Made with Suno by Jake Husdon. Thank you very kindly, Jake Husdon. That is so cool. Puts a tear in my soul. So beautiful. And you're supposed to be the light, you know? Jesus in the Bible, quoted in the Bible as saying, "You are the light of the world." You ever heard that? Did you know that that says that? Oh, did I go to the right place? Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, show page. Okay, so, and you're supposed to be the light of the world. So I don't think it's necessarily sacrilegious. AI is better than most mouth breathers, Hake, says Lin Yin Chin. Why can't it pronounce Hake? Maybe when I get famous enough. Suicidal music. Nice. So I'll get to some interesting stuff. I was looking into something after seeing a super chat. But I'd like to get back to some calls here. Thank you for bearing with me through the beautiful music, the AI music, AI country music. Beautiful Maze from the sundown town of Dayton, Ohio. How you doing, Maze?
Hello, James.
Hey.
No, the lady that just got confirmed, what's wrong with her having a job?
Pam Bondi?
Yes.
I'm fine with her having a job. I don't think that she should be the Attorney General of the United States because the Attorney General of the United States is supposed to be a fair-minded and just man, in my opinion. Women aren't supposed to be running things. They get stressed out. They get into the woman thing. They age quickly under that pressure. Men age quickly under that pressure too sometimes. And
do you believe half of the things that you say?
I do. I believe in. I basically believe all the things that I say.
You gonna stand in front of your mother and tell her that?
Yeah, she knows.
Right.
I mean, what my mother did. What does that matter?
I would love to see the response.
Oh.
Yeah, right. And then Eli, is that a real kid or is that a robot?
Eli? Who's Eli? Is that the little? Who's Eli?
No. X. Is that a real kid or is it a robot?
Oh no, that's a real kid. I know that white people seem different to black people sometimes. But
Oh,
no,
and
that's
then
a
the
kid.
guy that was talking to Maxine Waters, what was that thing on his neck? It was yellow, blue, and green. It was like...
I think it was a Band-Aid, a bandage.
A Band-Aid.
What's that?
Was he a robot, too?
No. You see, white
Sometimes
people,
I look
just
and wonder-
because white people are not all overly emotional and overly expressive, doesn't make us or expressive and emotional at all enough, maybe. Doesn't mean that we're robots.
You act like robot.
Well, sometimes
Yeah,
maybe you should try it.
What?
Maybe you should try acting a little bit
Not a
more like a
follower.
robot.
I'm not a follower. Because you remember when they had their convention, everybody had Band-Aids on their ear. I'm like, what's wrong with these crazy people? Why everybody got to look the same, act the same? That's what y'all do. And then with the laws...
Oh, but he's not acting the same.
Oh, yes, you are.
What do you mean? But acting right.
Remember,
It's called acting right.
Are the same. It's no different than them. So as I ask you a question,
Yeah.
do you believe everything that you say?
Yes.
Oh, do everybody else have to believe because you said it?
They should if I'm right.
Really? Because half the time you're incorrect.
Whoa, that's an exaggeration. I don't think half the time. You think half the time I'm incorrect?
Yes.
Well, give me like one or two examples if you can think of.
When you're in your envy mode, you complain about what other people... When you're in your envy mode, you're jealous because of what other people have.
I'm not... Wait. You're assuming that I have some jealousy or envy of what other people have. What's an example of that?
It's like, can't nobody run nothing but a man.
Well, it's not like I want to be Attorney General.
And so, do Attorney Generals supposed to abide by the law or abide by
You think that I don't believe that women should not be leading stuff?
That's what you said.
I said that. I said it, but you don't think I believe that?
No.
What makes you think that I don't believe it?
That's why I asked you to ask your mother, go and see if she can tell you what to do or you tell her what to do.
Neither of us tell each other what to do anymore because
right.
she's not my mom anymore. She did her mom thing when I needed a mom when I was a little kid, and sometimes she overly mommed even when I was a grown adult.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mom, back up.
You wouldn't go say those same words to your mother.
What makes you think that I wouldn't? She likes my show, by the way.
Excuse me?
She likes my show, The Hake Report.
Really, I bet she
I don't know if she watches it much, but
from embarrassment.
She hits like on it.
I can hear the envy in you. Anything anybody do is
it's not envy. It's the proper role. I'm looking out for Pam Bondi.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean looking out for her? How?
Because she should stay age gracefully and quietly rather than try to play man.
So what is the status that y'all have when it comes with people breaking the law? You don't think you need to go to jail. You don't need to think you need to do nothing but just commit crimes and just keep doing it.
Are you talking about blacks or whites?
I'm talking about both. No, I'm talking about CWPs.
Caucasian white people.
Down in your chair when a black person go to jail, but when you go to jail, they didn't do it. The suspect.
Sometimes they did it. Sometimes they did it, and I'm for it.
A lot of black people went to jail that didn't commit crime, but they put them in jail anyway.
That's because other black people framed them.
They had 20 and 30 years in jail.
Other black people and white, everybody knows that blacks do stuff, so it's more believable to accuse falsely a black. Oh, some black did it. I saw it on The Sopranos. It is, some black guy jumped me and I broke my head open.
You in TV land. We're talking about reality.
It is TV is reality. TV reflects reality.
What do you think about laws in this country?
Laws in this country.
Them, or you supposed to break them and nothing happened to you?
Apparently, you're supposed to break them and nothing happens.
Oh, that's what I think you do.
Yep, because the government breaks the law all the time. They let the illegals come in and they don't enforce the law.
And what do you think about? You always scream about the government.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a government, what would you have?
We would have peace on earth, goodwill towards men. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The point is, people are evil, and then people with power that really exposes that evil. So you're not supposed to.
You talking about Eli?
Yeah. So you're not supposed to give people too much power.
People with money. You talking about Eli?
Elon.
Elon or whichever. He took over your government. So any foreigner come from somewhere else and take over your government, you'll be having a fit, but you're pretending that you enjoy.
No, the only reason he's able to take over anything and get rid of the evil aspects of the government in part is because we the people righteously voted for the righteous man Donald J. Trump to get Elon to do that. So
really?
Yes.
Well, what about the other people that y'all voted for to do their job? What is their job? There's 3 branches of government. It's not 4.
Right.
They added a 4th one with him.
No, we're getting rid of the 4th branch of government called the evil bureaucracies.
I said Eli is the 4th.
No, he's not the 4th. The 4th is the FBI, the CIA, the IRS, all those, and the EPA and the HHS. Those bureaucracies make up the 4th branch of government that undermines the president.
Undermines the president.
Yeah.
So who's supposed to check the president when he's doing wrong?
Only the other 2 branches, not the 4th branch. The 4th, yeah.
They did check him, but one branch didn't do what they were supposed to do. And I'm saying, what is
which branch?
Job in the first place?
Which branch didn't do what they're supposed to do? Congress?
Mitch McConnell.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Those guys never do what they're supposed to. I agree with you.
They didn't do their job. Yeah. They all worked together. That's why the job wasn't done.
Well, you're supposed to work together and then work against when it's not right.
What is the purpose? What is the purpose of the job that they have? What are
Congress? They're
doing?
supposed to control the purse strings and write laws, but not write so many laws. Just write laws as needed, get the budget together and stuff like that, and choke out the bureaucracies. They're supposed to stop funding evil bureaucracies, but they were too much cowards.
They funding Hamas.
Yeah, true.
The money he get from our taxpayer to pay $1.
We funded Hamas because Hamas. Don't you believe in democracy? Hamas was voted in allegedly.
Do you think he should be getting taxpayer dollars?
Who?
Elon.
Elon? Yeah.
Why?
Because he'll spend them wisely.
Really?
Yes. unlike some of y'all people.
It might not work, and then you got to have a recall on them.
Hey, Maze, you never got welfare, did you?
No.
See? People think you got welfare. I don't believe that.
That's because that's just how bright they are.
Yeah, they're very bright.
And they probably the one that got welfare. That's why I complain about it. See, you getting welfare. The ones that's complaining getting welfare.
Oh, thank you.
And they don't want nobody else to have any. That's their problem.
We need no IES when we say bureaucracy.
You remember that I said people that's anger. Why, when they get upset, they got to threaten people and do all these things to try to put fear to make you afraid of them? Because
our hearts are black.
Really?
Yeah.
Your heart is what?
Black.
You forgot your colors.
When I'm saying black, I don't mean race. I mean the dark, evil, wicked, murderous, hateful heart of the spirit of the people. The spirit of the devil in the person.
What is it that you like in the government? What part of it do you like?
Trump.
All of it.
Elon Musk. And
they're not the government.
I actually kind of like Pam Bondi, but I don't think that she belongs there.
Well, just because you don't think it, what about the people that do think so?
They're suckers.
That's in your mind. And also,
including Trump. So maybe I'm the sucker.
It sounds like it. But my last question to you, Jesse said people don't like black people.
Right.
He's black and y'all love him to death. So
but he loves black people. But do you like black people?
I'm saying the hatred that when you do stuff like that.
What?
In the name of who hates who. Y'all need to take a check on that one. Because, like what happened in Ohio with those people that got ran out of a neighborhood. They over there messing with people.
Yeah, in Cincinnati area. Suburbs of Cincinnati.
Yeah, and they
those so-called neo-Nazis.
They go and do things like that. Trump should pardon them if they would put them in jail. But in neighborhoods they shouldn't be in.
Why would they be in jail just for being in the wrong neighborhood? What kind of Nazi commie are you, Maze?
And you think they were right by doing it?
Not necessarily.
Yes, you do.
I think they have a right to do it, but I don't think that they were right to do it.
What right do they have?
Freedom of assembly and freedom of speech and freedom to hold up a dumb sign over the freeway.
Yeah, we see how you think.
What? What? I believe in freedom. Is that white?
Not bothering. Stop threatening people just because you don't like the way it's going.
No, I don't believe in threatening people at all. Period.
They do it all the time. Why are the politicians saying that they're being threatened?
Oh, because
they don't
people
like
are.
what they see.
Oh, because they want to play
Put some
politicians.
pants on, be men, and take whatever come at you, and stop being envy of other people. It says we the people, not just one group of people. That's where y'all get confused. One group of people are not the only ones that pay taxes in this country.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, they are.
So
Pretty
they have
much.
this right to speak as those that don't pay it all.
The billionaires and trillionaires pay most of the taxes, and millionaires.
The billionaires pay most of nothing.
Yeah, huh?
But they don't even want to pay them fair labor for the people that they do have working.
No such thing as fair labor. You sound like a communist, Maze.
Well, whatever I sound like, to you, I can be who I am.
You can.
But to you, you can call me and say whatever. It don't bother me. It rolls right off my back.
I know. Sometimes you get flustered.
No, I don't get frustrated. I don't have frustration in me. Yeah, I want to be.
Then how come you call in when a white man tells the truth about black people?
No. It's not no truth. That's a lie. Just like I was listening to the man talking to Jesse this morning about what happened in the community. He told a half of a truth, and he didn't tell the whole truth, and he put a lie within it.
Oh, are you talking about Robert Davi?
About the sidewalk.
Oh.
Wasn't nothing true about it.
Which sidewalk?
The sidewalk. What were they doing on the sidewalk in the first place?
Who?
Because they would have to move to the side, unless they wouldn't cause them a ruckus.
Are you referring to something that you've said in months and years past, or are you talking about something that just happened on the JLP show today?
What I'm saying, the one that he was talking today, telling a half the truth.
Oh, you know what? I might have tuned that guy out. I didn't hear his entire call. Are you talking about? Let's see. Are you talking about?
Wherever he called from.
The old timer, Johnny from Mississippi, the country man.
Whichever one was talking
about the race thing. He's like, my grandpa was a moonshiner or something like that. That guy.
Whatever. Yeah, they were moonshiners and everything else. Probably.
Was he the one? Was he the one who said that? The one who called in right after Denny from Bulgaria.
That one.
Johnny from Mississippi.
So he should tell the truth and stop putting.
I didn't hear his whole call. I can't comment on it. But in general, that guy told the plain normal truth.
He was talking about the sidewalk. If you weren't on the sidewalk, why would you have to move off? Sometimes you have to listen.
Shame on me. I missed part of that call.
What did you say?
I said, shame on me. I missed part of that call on the Jesse Lee Peterson show. And so I know that you've talked about sidewalks. I've talked with you about it, and because you told JLP, because you have trauma about white people saying, get off the sidewalk, Maze, you're black.
No. You just sit there and listen to him tell a lie. That's what I did this morning, and I was laughing.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you seem to have sour grapes about white people having black people get off the sidewalk while white people walk past, right?
No, he was talking
about. Is that true or false?
He was saying what door you had to go in the back door.
Yeah. Okay. During the good old days, the segregation days.
You should teach your children not to do people like that.
What?
That's what you should be teaching your kids.
No, you don't have to teach your kids anything of any such thing, Mace.
No, you're teaching them. What I'm looking at, they're just like their grandfathers. All this whole stuff is like everything got to look like one group of people. Okay, fine, but that's the evil human heart. Eat the same food every day.
Sometimes, but usually not.
That's what I'm saying.
I like variety. Right.
So you don't cause a ruckus and then tell the people that know you're doing wrong, and you tell them they're wrong, and trying to keep telling them every day the same thing over and over and over and over again until they believe it. But some of us will never believe it.
The Fallen State.
You know it's not right, and everybody that's following you and listening to you know it's not right.
What's not right? Making people move off the sidewalk and having a segregation and having whites only.
What are we looking at?
White people standing up for their fellow white people.
Taking our tax dollars, we pay tax, but we don't supposed to get nothing out of the taxes that we pay. And all the different laws, we don't supposed to have nothing. Just put them in jail. If they speak, put them in jail.
You're going crazy.
They have to have a brain. You want to educate them.
You're basically accusing us of what you guys do.
Yeah.
That's basically the blacks want to put the whites in jail.
Really?
But you're acting like the whites want to put the blacks in jail.
What reason would we put you in jail?
Because we protested for the president or something.
I'm going to do want you to go to jail.
Right.
Yes, the ones that commit crimes.
No, but you don't want to put us in jail just for saying the N-word or whatever.
He let a lot of them out.
You guys want to kill us just for saying the N-word sometimes.
Where you get that from?
Because you've done it. I mean, not you, but some of you, some
have
of
an N-word, that's you, and somebody that don't like it, that's you and them.
I know. Isn't that ridiculous?
So,
Then tell all the other blacks who are meddling
You created that word. Blacks did not create that word.
Yeah, so how come you overreact when
I won't say you. Your people created it, and you want to keep it going and say it. But you're not saying it out of love. You're saying it out of hate.
How do you know?
Because you think you can get away with it. So everybody won't let you get away with it.
What do you mean by get away with it? See, you're admitting that you're not for freedom of speech.
What?
You're for jailing the whites.
When I say calling Nick an anchor baby, I would not call him an anchor baby, even if he let y'all call him that. That's what I mean. You need to put yourself in check.
Well, you have a false sense of respect.
And I hate when you're doing stuff like that, because on this earth is more than one group of people.
Okay.
And on this earth is more than one group of people pay taxes.
Right. So then let whites be white.
Your house with it.
Let us be white, Maze.
Let us be what we are and get it out of our way. Public and private.
No, you get out of our way.
You talk about public and private. You want to have your business,
right,
but you be in the way of other people having a business. We didn't burn our businesses down. Or our ancestors.
Yeah, you did. Oh, yeah, you guys did. You burned your own businesses down.
Burned down by us. But when you see a building burnt, you want to say the black people burn up stuff.
They do.
Those neighborhoods that got burned up. Whoa, William. We don't know nothing about black people.
See, you have sour grapes.
I say.
I gotta go, Maze. We've been talking too long.
I know you gotta go, but what I'm saying, stop being jealous. Let people build and have their business so they can do business together. Cause one group of people with a business gonna do people wrong because they're the only one with the business. Everybody got a business around you. You're gonna either do it together or it won't be done at all. So you have a good one.
You too, Maze. Thank you. Take care. Yeah, that's what I heard, Lin Yen Chin. I thought she called the anchor baby the N-word, but she won't say the anchor baby. Nick the anchor baby. Let me show you guys real quick before I get back to calls. Speaking of the anchor baby, you can catch the anchor baby on these platforms. See, this is the JLP network. JLP radio show, Church with Jesse Lee Peterson. This is on my episode page, okay? Oh, man. In the world. What did I just do? How did that happen? Go back. I probably clicked on church incidentally. Here's Nick. This takes you to his allmylinks.com/anchorbaby. And the YouTube is not working right now, but it's some glitch, right? But rumble.com/anchorbaby show, and it's scheduled to go. I hit like, and I'm going to click second, because second is the best. The first was Jesus. But, oh, by the way, we're getting towards half past, and that means Joel Friday is coming up next. Before Anchor Baby is Joel Friday TV. If you go over to his channel, he is on YouTube. He has no glitch. He has this one coming up. Notify me. Hit like. And let me schedule my thingamajigger to redirect to you, you guys. Yeah, so shout out Maze for bringing up the fellow JLP hosts. JLP Network hosts. I do see it's scheduled, so... Is it cheating if you're not married? It could be called cheating. I don't like... Yeah, cheating is a worldly word, isn't it? Yes, it is. Also, Punchy TV. That was a fun episode. See, this is ridiculous. Whatever. Look at that. I hate this trackpad. Okay, don't hate, kids. Kevin in New York is on the line over here. Kevin, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Nice.
How's it going, Hake?
Going well. How about you?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad.
Come on regular phone. You sound like you're on speakerphone or Bluetooth or headset or AirPods or something like that. listen to all
Oh,
this.
yes, yes.
Thank you, man.
I switched up just now because I was.
Stay close to your phone.
Uh,
Now your signal's kind of wacky.
Oh, all right, all right.
That sounds better. Thank you.
All right. I'm even going to walk inside in just a second too. So
Oh no,
hopefully
you
the
okay?
wind's
Okay,
not all.
sounds good.
Yeah. But I wanted to throw in my 2 cents about this whole idea that's been circulating around about bringing Canada into the United States.
Yeah.
I think I'm starting to warm up to that idea. You know, because even from where I'm living, if I were to get into my car and drive to the border, I'd be at the Canadian border in a matter of 15, 20 minutes. And so as I've been living here for a long, long time, and I noticed the poor state of the economy here, I think that it would be mutually beneficial if we go along with that idea to combine America with Canada. You know, and it's so strange to me that I've heard Canadians left and right complaining about the idea, probably more than Americans are themselves. And I ask why, because even what I'm about to explain to you right now, it's been going on for years. Say at our local Walmart, which mostly gets the Canadian business, they come over here to America to shop at our local Walmart because their groceries are ridiculously expensive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I even probably want to get Anchor Baby's opinion on that too. You know what I mean? Because even when I was working there for a little while, which was, I don't want to get into that. That was a long time ago. But I would see over and over again, like you could pick a Canadian out of a crowd because there would be maybe like 1 or 2 shopping carts loaded up with just gallon milk.
Wow.
Interesting. And you would, yeah, it's really wild. Hake, it really is. I mean, I know I'm only speaking within my bubble, you know what I mean, of the local area that I live in.
That's funny. I had no idea though.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
I didn't think of Trump as being serious about it. It's funny that people are taking it seriously, both for and against, though. I love how Trump kind of brought it up because now people are really talking about it, discussing ideas that had not been considered. That is amazing. I love it. He thinks differently.
You said you didn't think that he took it seriously when he first mentioned it?
I don't think he's ever taken it seriously. That's just my assumption. I have no idea.
Well, yeah, I was thinking the opposite and all that, because not only is it things like that I just explained to you with the high prices and groceries,
right,
and all that, but I'm not for sure on this. I have to look it up later. But the Canadian exchange compared to the American dollar is pretty bad, I think.
The Canadian dollar is weak, you're saying?
Yeah, yes, I do believe so, yes.
You know, Canada is owned, all of the land of Canada, I heard from Anchor Baby, is owned by the so-called royal family, which is in tatters. It's a joke of a family, so-called family nowadays, you know? They have a queen, they have, or had a queen, she died, rest in peace. And they're all liberal, from the old, very old to the pretty young. Meghan Markle is making a mess, and Prince Harry's a lame-o simp, at least outside looking in. Definitely don't talk right. They talk like crazy, lame, kiss-up liberal suckers, you know? So, let's take it from them. But I don't. Yeah. But I'm not actually serious about it. But it's interesting. It could shake things up in a good way. Just this simple discussion, maybe.
That's exactly what I think, and that's my conclusion that I've came to, which might change at some point in the future as I watch how things work out. But where I stand now is that if it were to happen, it would be exactly that, just mutually beneficial to not only the local area that I live in, economy-wise, but good for Canada themselves.
Yeah.
And until this discussion even came up in the first place, I mean, it's terrible that the royal family is involved with Canada and all that. I mean, they got pictures of Queen Elizabeth on their money. Like, how beta is that?
Good point.
I mean,
Flying Monkey makes a good point. Combining all countries into one is evil. I don't want a North American Union. I want 3 strong, separate countries. Probably secretly, that's what Trump really wants to. And he's just saying this stuff to light a fire under them. Get your act together, Canada and Mexico. Which I think that will happen when he does these tariff things and threats and making deals, making them do what's right. When you stop spoiling people, because we're spoiling those countries and spoiling, I don't know, it's a mess. Terrible.
Yeah, absolutely. That comment that was...
Stay close to your phone. You're muffled now.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
That comment that was thrown out by, a chatter or something like that?
Yeah, Turd Flying Monkey 45 on Rumble. He's tricking me into saying that word. Don't say that word, kids. If I run it all together, then hopefully they don't realize what I'm saying. I don't even like that word.
Well, yeah, I see.
Monkeys do throw
where
poop.
You're going with that, and I I agree with that, because even though I went on this spiel about combining Canada and the United States,
right?
Don't get me wrong, I also truly believe in national sovereignty and that we should have borders and all that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I would only not like it if there was talk about combining Mexico with the United States. We don't need that. Yeah,
that would be because we would really pollute and dilute our population. Shout out to the Mexicans, but
shout out.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I wanted to throw in.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
See what you thought about it.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Great to hear from you again, man.
Yeah, definitely. Great show, and have a good one, everyone.
All right, Kevin, in New York. Take care. Bye. Oops. I was a little too slow and yet a little too fast. Got to do one or the other. God said, don't be lukewarm. I'll spew you out of my mouth. Trump is ruining Trudeau just like he ruined Jeb Bush, says Lisa, our resident health expert over on the Facebook. Hake is live on Facebook. I would be remiss were I to skip these super chats, some of them from yesterday. So hang tight, callers, okay? Be patient. Ketchup bought a coffee. Babylon gave us, according to him, I had never heard this before. This is so interesting to me. Monotheism, financial accounting, and medicine. Is that so? I did not know this. Rome, you know how everybody credits the Roman Empire for all this civilization stuff, and the Greeks that were taken over by the Romans, and the Romans adopted a lot of the Greek stuff. How white is that? To adopt the good aspects of the culture that you take over. Science. Rome gave us military, science, law, parentheses, democracy, so-called. Oh, okay, so we got one god from Babylon. I thought Babylon was supposed to be evil. And is Rome, the Roman Empire, is that also evil? I don't know. But I thought of Rome as, America really liked Rome, the early founders. That's why they copied Roman stuff, didn't they? In their, their constitution, sort of, I think, right? Oh, no, it was the Iroquois, the American Indians. Whatever. That too, maybe. I'm not against it. But our architecture, those columns in front of the Congress and White House and the House and that old Supreme Court thingamajigger. Financial accounting and medicine. Really? Which civilization do you think is more important? Asked, without a question mark, with a period. Asked Ketchup, which is a little gross to me, but I'm starting to be able to dip a little bit into the ketchup. Just a little bit, especially if it's not just that overly smooth ketchup. Ugh. But it's like you can tell that it's made out of tomatoes because of the consistency. It's kind of hoity-toity, I know, but just a little bit of ketchup I can have. But anyway, that's the person's username. I don't know. You sound like you want me, and I don't think that it's true. I may be wrong, but it's my mind assumes that you want me to say Babylon is more important as a civilization to me, or period, than Rome. Because monotheism, one God, financial accounting, that's pretty important too, right? Should keep track and be responsible. And medicine, we got to have medicine. Military is good to have too, very important. Science, also very important. That enhances medicine and going to space, which is real. And other things. Law is very important. Man, I don't know which one is more important. Neither of them are important in a sense because they're both gone. They have outlived, their importance waned once they died. Kind of like when somebody dies, they're gone. They're not important anymore. You deal with what's here. I don't know. I like that, though. I like that. I did not know that. I don't know if it's true. I always had the impression that Babylon was evil. And I don't know if this is what he's telling me is true. I never heard that. I had written some stuff down about it. Monotheism versus polytheism. And you know, monotheists, one of the people in the Quora, the world. I can't zoom and scroll and shift about. Look at this. I'm so annoyed. I feel like yelling at Bill, get us a computer that has a functioning trackpad. A better functioning trackpad. Spoiled Hake. Envious of the people whose trackpads are working. I'm getting it to work actually right now. In response to a coffee that came late in the show, Babylon gave us that. Why did Jews switch from polytheism to monotheism? I don't think that's the case, do they? I don't know. But it's sort of interesting. But anyway, the monotheistic people, except for the Jews, the Christians and Muslims, they try to spread Christianity and Muslim-reality, Islam. The Jews don't. That's why they're a minority. They don't proselytize. Unless they're anti-God, and then they proselytize anti-God stuff. Shout out. That's for sure. They definitely push that mess. Anyway. Pretty interesting. Sort of. Monotheism, one God. Oh! Another quick thing before I get to my other super chats. This was important to me. Kind of. I'll do this fast. I'll try. Trump. President Trump's latest executive order is bringing back plastic straws. Does he have a point? Yes, paper straws melt in my drink. If anybody has had the displeasure of using paper straws or these other straws that just are so brittle they just break, that are made out of something else, I don't even know what. And somebody says, and other people vote, no, plastic is wasteful. I'm anti any straw. Some people are. Is this really a government priority? Asks them. And so, I voted yes, paper straws are not right. And so it took me to this page, and you can see that the other ladies who read theSkimm voted primarily, is this really a government priority? Well, the government made it a priority to impose on our beautiful plastic straws. So why are you responding that way. Other people are like, no, plastic is the vast majority said, is it really a government priority? Which is a dumb question, honestly. Ladies are so silly. Don't say dumb too much, kids. The second most biggest, okay, so 77% voted, is this really a government priority? 13% no, plastic is wasteful. 5% and 5% each voted either anti any straw, which is sort of silly, but some people say, oh, it's not manly to drink out of a straw. One of my competitors has said that. And I say, yes, paper straws melt in my drink. What a mess. The government should get out of the straw business and, well, put it back where it was, like what Trump did. Just like what he did with abortion. Send it back to the states. He just put it back where it was. The government doesn't have the right to force abortion down our throats or get rid of the paper or get rid of plastic straws. So that's that. Evil skim ladies. That's my little rant. Oh, back to the super chats. Over on Buy Me a Coffee. Where am I? Thank you. I don't know which is more important. Popcorn said another coffee to remind you of my coffee from today, meaning yesterday. What the? And I just refunded him that one. Greggatron says, really, Hake? Really? See Greggatron there? If you're watching the video feed. I Googled that referee from the Super Bowl. That man don't look like me. We don't all look alike, Hake. Why you always got to be so racist? Black referee from the Super Bowl. Look at this guy. Oh, come on. Let me see if I can zoom. Zoom. That's not a good picture of him. That's not representative of how he looked. See, had you watched the Super Bowl, you would see when we're like looking down on him. Is this him? I want to see him with his glasses. He was wearing glasses, I think. And he's kind of bulky, because Greggatron's pretty strong. Go back to this Super Bowl footage and you'll see him. No, that's not him. Is this him? Yeah. See, doesn't that sort of look like him? I hate this. I'm not even trying to click and it's acting like I'm clicking. I'm moving on. Thank you, Greggatron. No, I'm not moving on. That looks a little bit like Greggatron. Black man, glasses, big biceps, big triceps. Not that I'm looking. Should I censor? Remember I censored Greggatron. Remember when I censored Arnold's chest? Because he's like all like with his shirt off. Ron Tolbert refereed. Oh, but that's not, is that the same guy? That was from a different year, 2022. But it might be the same. I don't even know if this is the same guy. I can't tell you guys apart that well. I don't have that trained of an eye. Thank you, Greggatron. Funny. All right. I got to get back to the calls. John in Kentucky is on the line here. John, thank you for calling, man. What's up?
I knew you was going to answer. Hey, man. So I know you don't got a lot of time, but I've always been interested if you felt like the tribes in the Bible still exist today, or do you think they just faded off and became extinct and the Bible is just a book of, laws and principles that we should follow? How do you feel about the literal stuff in the Bible? Do you believe those people still exist, those tribes?
I haven't thought about it, but now that you ask me, I think that those tribes probably did not stick together. stay within their tribe, marrying amongst one another, the Israelites. They by definition at first they had to marry outside, of course. But so I feel that they've been blended in with the population, and they don't know, and nobody knows who really descends from them at all. So in a sense, yeah, they've been bred out of basically out of existence, out of knowable existence. That's my belief.
So, okay, so the Jews in Israel today, you believe they descend from Judah? Because that's who they claim to be.
Oh, do they? I haven't thought of it that way.
That's where Jews come from.
Right.
The tribe of Judah.
Right. Well, I mean, many of them went into that religion. Many of those.
It's not a religion. It's literal in the Bible. It's a tribe.
Right. I know. Yeah. And then, okay, so, yeah, I don't necessarily believe that. I don't know. Because those are like Ashkenazis, and there's the Sephardic Jews, and I think that they became a tribe unto themselves. They formed a tribe around the religion. Right. Many of them over the centuries ago, maybe adopted the Judaism, right? And so, and I don't know why they did that. I don't know if they really believed in it or they just did it for whatever reason. And then, so they became like prominent in Russia and some of these other countries, maybe. And some of them were in the Middle East for a long time, mixed in with the others. Yeah, go ahead.
Because they're the devil, and that's what the Bible says, that, they say they're Jews, but they're not, but they're the synagogue of Satan.
No, that's not what he meant. That's not what he was talking about.
Yes, that's definitely what he meant.
Let me tell you what I think that meant when they say those who say they're Jews but are not. It's the same people who say they're Christians, but they are not. They're the synagogue of Satan. They're the church of Satan.
That's not what the Bible says.
No, it is what Jesus meant, though, when he said synagogue of Satan. People who say they
speak for Jesus.
Because I'm not speaking for him. I'm telling you what he meant. Because what Jesus was talking about in Revelation, or whoever said that in Revelation, they were talking about the phony leaders. It's about the spirit and the heart. It's not about the blood anymore. It's not about, oh, I'm the real black Hebrew Israelite. I know you guys don't say you're black.
You can be sarcastic about it, but my beliefs are different.
Right? You come back to your phone. You're coming in a little muffled now.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
All right. I believe that those tribes in the Bible, they still exist today. They just don't know who they are. That's why they're called the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And if they come back, if they get the knowledge and come back to who they really are and keep the laws, then God said he would put us back on top above all nations.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I believe in the lost sheep. I think so-called African Americans or blacks are the tribe of Judah, based on the history of what Judah went through in the Bible and what the blacks went through from Africa to America. That's why I believe what I believe. I know you had a caller calling yesterday and said he thought that the white people were the children of Israel. I would love for him to call back in and tell why when he has more time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The guy from yesterday.
Right. Haven't you seen in the Bible in the New Testament where Jesus said that it was spiritual and others said it was spiritual?
No, I can't find that.
Okay. All right.
I don't find the word spiritual. I don't find the word spiritual.
Okay.
I've heard people like you say it.
Yeah. I'll see if I can. I'll see if I come across it. And if I come across it, I'll or if I happen to decide to look into it, I'll share it. I got to run though, man. Nice talking with you.
Think about it. I'm gonna call you tomorrow when I got more time, because I'm gonna tell you who all the tribes are and who we think they are.
Okay. Cool. Take care, man. All right. Bye.
All right.
It's Stephen Wiley Wednesday, guys.
I'm not LL Cool J or Run DMC, and the Beastie Boys have got nothing on me, cause I don't rap junk and I don't rap mess. I'm rapping for the king, his name is Jesus. Some people say that Christians shouldn't get into rap. Then tell me, what am I doing? Am I taking a nap? I want to make one thing totally understood. I'm going to cleave to that. Now, which is good? So if you want the very best for your life, sit and listen as I rap about Jesus Christ.
Stephen Wiley. Heroes. Intro rap. Sorry, Robert. Sorry,
It was a
Rick.
sunny day and I was washing my car. A limo pulled up with a movie star. I said, I know you, I've seen you before. But I started to leave, I had to go to the store. He said, wait a minute, dude, you can't leave me. I am a rich and famous celebrity. And then I said, so what do you want me to do? Fall down on the ground and worship you? You see, he usually gets all the publicity, but he wasn't gonna get his feet kissed by me. He might have had the money, the cars, and the fame, but I wasn't gonna bow down to his name. You've heard that story, and that's how it goes. I'm gonna rap a little more about some other heroes. Now everybody knows somebody they like to be. The president, the pope, a Mr. T. Now people want an idol to glorify, like Stevie Wonder, David Letterman, or Magnum P.I. A singer, an athlete, a movie star, like Lionel Richie or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now there are so many people that want your attention. How many of them do you want me to mention? Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Bill Cosby. At the movies, the arenas, and on your TVs. They're
Stephen
all
Wiley.
over the place, from coast to coast. Now you choose the one you respect the most. Now who's your favorite one? Who do you suppose is your number one choice of all the heroes?
Wrap it up. 1989.
Think of your favorite one for a minute or two, and all of the things that person can do, like singing or acting or bouncing a ball. So many people gifted, I can name them all. But the reason I'm here, what I'm rapping for, is to tell you about the one who can do so much more than all of these people with all of their talents. If you're worshiping them, you'll lose your balance. It's time to get back to reality. You are who you are, and that's who you are to be. Are you trying to imitate who you think is great? Stop and check the plans before it's too late, and choose your leader so we all can know who is your boss, who's your king, who is your hero.
Hero. Don't have heroes.
It looks like they've made it, they've come so far, but I'm here rapping to
What are
you
you looking
about
at?
the real star. My hero is the best. I'll tell you why. He came to earth to live and then to die for you and me, because we were lost. God sent his only son to die on the cross, but they couldn't keep him down. And 3 days later, people understand why.
There ain't none the greater.
He came from the grave. He lives. I know.
He lives.
He gave me victory. Jesus is my hero.
Hero.
No one can give you what my heroes got. People say they
Hake
can,
and his
and I
music.
say they cannot. Cause my hero and his people will live forever. Without God's plan, you're not as clever as you thought you were. One day you're gonna know. That's why I'm rapping to you about my hero.
Hero.
Now who's your hero?
Hero. Above average Hake tune.
Who's your hero?
Who's your hero? Joel Friday coming up next.
Who's your hero?
This is the first Christian rapper, by the way.
My hero is the best. I tell you why. He came to earth to live and then to die for you and me, because you were lost. God sent his only son to die on the cross, and they couldn't keep him down. And 3 days later, people understand why.
There ain't none the greater.
He came out of the grave. He lives. I know. He gave me victory, and he is my hero. My hero and his people will live forever. Without God's plan, you're not as clever as you thought you were. And one day you're gonna know. That's why I'm rapping to you about my hero.
Bye, guys. I gotta get out of here. Joel Friday coming up next. Peace in the Middle East. Or at least in your hearts, baby.